Hey guys, Zikaga here, and today we are deep diving into Sarada's Mangekeyo Sharingan. So in the latest chapter, Sarada finally uses her Mangekeyo Sharingan and creates a black hole-like space-time distortion, allowing her to rip through the fabric of space-time and manipulate objects. And man, this ability was much needed because Ryu is fucking broken. And I'm interested to see what other abilities she has. Kishimoto has given her such a unique and broken ability that her potential is literally through the roof. The only person that can stop her is the writers, because she can become quite literally a god. And the classic Mangekeyo Sharingan problem. How do we fix this? Because she eventually is going to go blind, but I want to give some potential options, and y'all tell me in the comment section down below which one you like the most. At number 1, we can have the OG solution, which is her getting the eternal Mangekeyo Sharingan. In the original Naruto series, EMS is unlocked by transplanting a Mangekeyo from a close blood relative. In this case, it would mean she would have to get Sasuke's eyes. It would definitely feel dark and dramatic, possibly happen if Sasuke dies or willingly gives them up. She would also get some very cool visual upgrades, and now her MS would be unlimited. However, I do want Sasuke's exit not being so much tied to Sarada. Him sacrificing himself for the greater good is all I think we need from him. And to be honest, giving Sarada his eyes is the most simple solution, which is the reason why I kind of hate it, because I want the story to be unpredictable, and that wouldn't be that creative at all. So for the second option, Sakura or Tsunade could unlock or develop a medical ninjutsu that preserves eye health. The Byakugo Seal style chakra storage specifically to rejuvenate ocular damage, and it would tie well with her mom's legacy and Sakura's theme of healing and strength. And I really like this option because when she faces Shinju, who can constantly regenerate, it's going to be a huge issue when the battles get tougher and tougher. She needs to train under Tsunade or Sakura because the Byakugo Seal and Sharingan would be an insane combo. Feats wise, and I know Ikimoto would go crazy on her character design. Plus, it would be a nice way to introduce Tsunade back into the story so she could give some more lore, because she did indeed fight the legendary Madara Uchiha. Grandma Tsunade can start giving some bedtime stories, because that's exactly what the fandom needs. And I hope this space-time ability does let her lucid dream, allowing her to talk to her predecessors, almost like Aang from Avatar. I think that would be a really cool twist into her story. Here's a third option. Since we're in the age of cyber ninjas now, Amado or Katsuki could create eye-enhancing tech to preserve her vision. Think upgraded Sharingan lenses or regenerative injections, which would align with the science versus shinobi theme in Boruto, and could even lead to a dojutsu development. And I really do think this is an interesting twist, because we are now in the age of tech. So if her Sarada MS lenses became nanotech, whoo, that would be kind of fire. And then what if they programmed it in such a way where she could use other MS users' abilities, which then would make her broken as hell. And here's an idea I saw going around, but I didn't really like that much, but I guess it's worth y'all hearing. Since Sarada is half Uchiha and half Haruno, her Haruno genetics give her natural advantage, because Sakura's high chakra control and regeneration might give her better Mangekeyo stamina. I don't really like this idea, and it would make sense as to why she wouldn't go blind sooner. However, you give Kishimoto this idea, she won't go blind for the rest of the series. Number 5, I really do like this idea. With how deeply the Otsutsuki and Karma are involved, maybe Sarada gets exposed to an Otsutsuki relic or residual Karma power that halts MS degeneration. Or Boruto or Kawaki somehow blesses her or protects her eyes with some sort of space-time chakra. And I really do like this idea for story reasons, because let's say Kawaki is the one who can grant her this ability. Because Jigen seems to have a Santa vibe to him, this makes sense and stays in character for Kawaki. Imagine if he betrayed Boruto later, which by default would then have to become enemies with Sarada, and then he halted her process, leaving her blind. And here's the last idea. What if she goes blind, right? But because her ability has to deal with space-time, she finds out a way to reverse her blindness and unlocks an ability that evolves her eyes into a heavenly Mangekeyo, which would actually be insanely cold. This is a wonderful idea. Then the writers could have a field day, because she needs to be in the same ballpark as Boruto and Kawaki, so giving her upgrades that are specific to her lineage is very much needed. This way you can expand the Uchiha lore, which hasn't really been touched since Naruto Shippuden.